Well, hey, y'all, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Pelion, South Carolina, y'all, and welcome back to the shed where the magic happens, here at Wormwizardcastings. I don't know if you watched the worm video a little while ago, but I told in the beginning of that one I was going to be feeding the worms some used coffee grounds and some fresh mushroom compost today. So this is going to be a short video of me just doing just that. All right, well, let's get into it, and let's see what I can do one-handed and by myself and see if I can show y'all what's going on here. So, as we use our coffee in the house, I use these old coffee cans, and I put the used coffee in them, and then I fill it up, and I fill it up in the house, and I sit in the freezer, and every day I put it in there until it gets to the top. Well, when it's frozen, it goes all the way to the top. When it unthaws, it decompresses, and it kind of it's less than full, you know, once it unthaws. But anyways, these things are all about half or 2/3 of the way full of used coffee grounds. I'm going to dump them out like this. I'm just messing with y'all. Anyways, you shake it out like that right there. Then I'll set that over to the side. I don't know why I set it over there. Now, I ain't gonna bore y'all to death with me doing that process to all these cans. So I'll bring y'all back as soon as that process is over. If you hang in there, come right back. I'll be right back. All right, thanks, guys. Hang tight. All right. We're back, y'all. I just got done emptying out all of the coffee cans right here. I don't know why the camera's doing that, because of the light, I reckon. But anyhow, I got all the coffee cans emptied out right here. I got them all filled up over here in the bucket. That made a pretty good size bucket of used coffee grounds and filters. Now I'm going to go ahead and dump this bag of mushroom compost out. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. I already pre-ripped it. But this is what the mushroom compost looks like coming out of the bag, you guys. It's a 40-pound sack that I get from my local Lowe's. It's about $3.98 a bag. It's nothing special, you know. Toss that over there for a second. All right, and this is what I use to measure with. I give each hungry bin one of these half-gallon scoops, pitcher scoops, per bin of this mushroom compost. So I'll give each bin a scoop of this, and then I'll go back and I'll toss this on top. Now, I don't want to put this in first. I don't want to put the coffee grounds in first and then put the mushroom compost on top of the coffee grounds, because then, you know, I don't want it to heat up in a layer. I want the food to be on top so it doesn't get buried in the bedding and heat up and cause any problems for the worms. All right, y'all. I wanted to let y'all see how many coffee grounds I got. And I wanted y'all to see me dumping out this bag of mushroom compost. Let me see if I can zoom in on it for y'all. I don't know why the camera keeps acting like that. This is what the mushroom compost looks like straight out of the bag. It looks like sand. It really does. It looks like, let me zoom in really close. All right. And there probably is some sand mixed in with it. But, you know, this is what it looks like. It's looks like sandy material. Obviously, it's the mushroom substrate mixed in there. It's already been composted some. There's also wood chips. Lots of little tiny wood chips in this stuff. But, hey, y'all, it's cheap. The worms love it. I use it in my garden anyways, just as is. But once the worms get through going through this, y'all, the worms level this stuff up. I'm telling y'all. All right. Well, I done took too long rambling. Done lost half y'all. If you're still here, drop it in the comments and let me know. All right, y'all. Hang tight. I'll bring you back here in just a second, and I'll show you how I feed the worms the fresh mushroom compost and the used coffee grounds. All right, hang tight, y'all. Hey, y'all. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Now, I'm going to come back and show you what I did. I put a half-gallon scoop of fresh mushroom compost in each one of my hungry bins. All right, just like that right there. Just put it right in the middle, just like that right there. And I want to bring y'all in. I want to show y'all my super technical technique of how I apply this. All right, y'all, watch. I don't want you to miss nothing, because I ain't going to do it but once, okay? All right, you ready? All right, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. You ready? All right. All right, that right there. There you go. That's how you do it. Very super technical method of applying this mushroom compost. Nah, y'all just want to spread it out as a nice and even layer, as evenly as you can. It ain't got to be too particular. I tell you what, just go ahead and kind of finger it in like this right here. That's what I like to do. Just kind of get it all nice and spread out in there like that right there. And I tell you what, I won't bore you to death with the rest of these bins now that I demonstrated these few. Hang in there and I'll bring you back and I'll show you how I put in the used coffee grounds. Be right back, guys. All right, y'all, we're back. We got the used coffee grounds here and the coffee filters. And y'all, I'm just going to go ahead and do it like that and put a couple handful portions in each one of these bins. I'll bring you back after I've done that. I don't want to bore you to death again. I'll bring you right back after I demonstrate this. All right. Hey, thanks for hanging in there with me, y'all. I know this is getting to be a kind of a long, what I said was going to be a short video. But all right, let's bring you in a little bit and show you what's going on. I'm going to go from bin to bin and show you. I got the used coffee grounds and tea bags and coffee filters here. I'm just going to take them just like I did the mushroom compost, y'all. And I'm just going to spread things out. I'm going to spread it out like that right there. Now, what I might do is take all these coffee filters and kind of pile them in the middle. But what I mean by spread out is spread the coffee grounds out. That's what I mean. Kind of, I don't want to pile all the coffee grounds in one spot. It might heat up, you know. So I want to do them like that right there. Now, I ain't going to bore you. I'll do one more just to kind of demonstrate a little bit. Kind of just shake out all the coffee grounds like that right there. And once you get them all shook out, you can spread the coffee out, y'all. Like I said, I ain't going to bore y'all, make y'all watch me do all these. But yeah, you just do it like that right there. Mix it in a little bit. Now, I wouldn't leave it all piled up in one spot, you know. It might get too hot. It might warm up. But I'm going to come back and put the coffee filters in the middle probably. All right, y'all. I'll bring you back in just a second. Hang tight, y'all. All right. I know. It's taking forever, but this is my process, y'all, and I'm working on it. All right, y'all. So now I got the coffee all spread out in the bin on top of the fresh mushroom compost. I have not situated the coffee filters yet. I still got those all situated on the side. And what I'm going to do is, now they really don't need this because I just put a bunch of fresh mushroom compost in and a bunch of used coffee grounds. But listen, I'm just going to put just a very, very tiny, right there, just like that. Just a very tiny smattering of just a little bit. Let me zoom in on it. Just a little bit. Right in the middle of each bin. Just a little bit. And that's just a supplement. That's got protein in it. You know? So, I'm just going to put just a little bit. And we'll see. Now, I'm betting tomorrow we'll come back and this chicken feed will still be here. Because there's going to be plenty in here. So and then tomorrow we won't feed them at all, probably. But we're going to see. We'll see. I ain't going to sprinkle just a little bit. Just a little bit in each one. Just like that right there. And y'all remember, this is 16% laying crumbles. The brand name is Neutrina. And this is one of the feeds I feed my chickens. Since I already have it on hand, I use it for more worms too. Alright, that's about all I'm going to do. See, just a little bit in each one, not a whole lot. I don't know if this video is doing it justice. I didn't sprinkle that much in there, y'all. I'll show you the cup. All right, this is a 16-ounce cup. It's about about half full, a little bit less than half full right now, and I had it almost full to the top. So I've used approximately 8-ish, 6 or 8 ounces of feed in all 8 hungry bins. So it's not that much feed. I'm just saying. Just want to point that out. All right, y'all. Well, hey, this is the end of this video. I wanted to bring you in, show you what this is. I don't do this feeding very often. A feeding like this will only happen no more than once a week. Sometimes not even, but every other week, like every 2 weeks. You know, but I'll do this about twice a month is what I do. Sometimes 3 times a month. I hardly ever do it every week. So it's more like 2 to 3 times a month. It's just kind of feeding like this. And then in between feedings, it's just me sprinkling the chicken feed in. All right, y'all. And they obviously eat the cardboard too. All right, y'all. Well, if you made it this far, you already know it. I appreciate it, y'all. God bless you. And y'all, come on back now. You hear?